Hello everyone, this is Digit D, and today I got a cool video for you guys. This video is going to be tailored on how to make tons and trillions of hell, and how to raise up your characters' stats in the process while making the insane amount of hell in this. So, total wise, if you do this method, you can make 4 trillion hell in 5 seconds with this method. You can make 4 trillion hell every 5 seconds doing this. This is if you have all the speeds unlocked. And I also did it for an hour to tell you that you can make one quadrillion hell within 1 hour doing this method. This is the fastest method I could do to make tons and tons and tons and tons of money really quick and really fast. But you have to be in post game for this method to work. If you're not in post game, it's going to work. It's still going to work, but you're not going to make as much. You're still going to make maybe billions and or millions of hell. Also, for your character stats, you won't make really anything in the character stat wise, because you need a specific evilty that allows you to make this possible, but they have to be in a specific stat or higher, to where if you do it correctly, you can get 198 million, or between 100 to 200, 100 million to 190 million stats in extract for the juice bar, which is pretty cool. So let me do you the first one first and show you how to make extremely high end money in this. So let me just show you an example of what I mean, where you will make tons and tons of money. The stage that I go to do this on is the Marshall dimension, and then I go to the final trial. Once I do go to the final trial here. So right now I don't have anything out, but let me show you what I mean and how fast it is. If you have this, and there you go. You saw how fast we just finished that. And look, I got 4,142,165,371,146. That's how much we just got within a few seconds of doing this stage, and it didn't even take long. Boom, we're done, we're out. We already got that much, and you can see how much we just did for killing, how much we can do here. So this is the method on how to do that. So for what you do to get your money extremely high, what you need is to do the 3 things I always mention. The 3 things are, because it only matters for the 3 things here. You gotta have your cheat shop, because you gotta have this at 3,000% on money, because then you'll get one of the highest amount percentages really fast. Then also, you gotta have this up to 20 stars. I noticed at a higher star limit you get more money, which is kind of different. So if you do it at 10, if you're doing this at 10 stars, you'll get half, which is 2 trillion. But I'm doing this at 20 stars, so you'll get 4 trillion every time you do this. But you gotta have enemy strength at 20 stars. Then once you have the enemy strength at 20 stars, you gotta have go to your character. Then you go to your evilties and the character that you're using to kill with the enemies. I am using the board killer evilty and the board freak. The board freak increases, or more like doubles, the bonus from the lucky boards. And then you have the board killer that does increase attack power of 50% when you're attacking lucky boards. So you can instantly one-shot them. You can see that there's 4 hell lucky boards that are standing around 1 EXP dude in the center. Then I have SR Volunteer. If you reincarnate at least 50 times, it will be at 100% extra. And then I also have What's Yours Is Mine, which is increased hell gain by 400%. So with this on, you're pretty much almost there at the highest you can get. But then you also have to worry about your equipment with your innocence, and you gotta have on brokers. Brokers increase how much you got. I just dump a bunch on there. You only need one, so I just dump a bunch anyways. But there is the setup right here on how to make this much money pretty quickly. If you wanted to do other stages that makes tons and tons of money, there is one other stage I can suggest, is the Gallery of Purgatory, but you don't make as much within the time frame of doing this if you're not strong enough. You got to have your character stats up to what I have or higher to do the 20-star one in Rakasha mode. So that's what I'm doing right now, and this is the method that I used. I figured out how to do to farm tons and tons and tons of hell. So if I let this sit, because I have let it sit for an entire day or so, just to see what I can get within 24 hours, I've ended up with 20-something quadrillion, 20-some quadrillion hell that I have. So you can see right here at the screen, I have 67 quadrillion. Yeah, I have 67 quadrillion hell right now. So that is a lot of hell within just 24 hours. Within 24 hours, you get like 20 something quadrillion. So if you do it for 3 days straight, you'll be at what I'm at. But you have to be in Rakasha mode, and you have to be able to kill the lucky boards to do this. You can do this at 10 stars, or you can do it at 1 star. So let me show you what you get at if you do it at 1 star. Not 1 star, but 10 stars. So let's say you're at 10 star enemy strength. We go we go straight to the martial dimension, final trial. So this is not going to take long at all. So you can see we got 2 trillion right there. 2 trillion. 2 trillion within less than a few seconds. So it's still pretty darn high. If you do it the other way, you can still get it. So about half of... So you get 500... not 5... It's 500 trillion in an hour, since it's about half. And then you get 1 quadrillion if you're at double the 4 within that time frame. And if you did this at no stars, so this is at 0, this is at no stars for this stage. You can see there was a massive difference of how much hell you get. So this has 0 stars, and you can do this too. So let's see. So at 0 stars, you can see you got 856 million. Sorry about that. Not millions, billions. So you got 865 billion hell right here. So you can see that the stars do reflect how much more you can get in hell. So if you're at 20 stars, you're going to get 4 trillion hell every 5 seconds if you do this, if your characters are strong enough to do this. So that's basically it for the money thing. This is the method I've been doing to figure out how to make more money. You can use the damage reward. That's what I also have on the character that I've been using to beat most of these stages. So I do have the damage reward where you attain hell when you're when you're doing damage to enemies, but this is the fastest I've found so far, where I'm getting 4 trillion every 5 seconds. So, which is pretty fast. So now we're going to go to the part 2 of this video of the second part, and that is raising your character's stats unbelievably well. At a specific point, I think I'm capped. I'm capped at us because I hit the cap, and it is during the juice bar part here where you can see I have the maximum amount of HP and SP extract. I'm going to tell you this now. You will use all your money and it still won't go up that much. So don't even worry about the HP and SP extract because it's too darn high. You can see it's only you can see how much I use, and I'm only using this much out of all of my money that I have, and I'm only that high. So do not worry about that. You can worry about these here, so you can see that I have trillions of extract because I left this on doing the money method, and doing this method that I've been doing shows that you can make tons and tons of money and extract at the same time while doing your farm so you can get your stuff up. So let me tell you what it when you want to extract your characters or give your characters more stat boosting stuff, it will stay. So every time you reincarnate the character, those stats are permanent. They will permanently stay on the character forever. They will not go away. They are permanently attached to that character. So every time you reincarnate them, they will always go back to that stat. They will always have that. And the maximum you can do for all of these is 500 billion is what you can do. Is 500 billion per stat. So you can see 500 billion per stat is what you can add on. I don't know if you can add on any more or any higher because I haven't beat Rakasha Bao yet, so I'm still trying to figure out my way of how to beat him, so I'm figuring that out now. But this is once you get to the point of where you want to level up your stats for your characters and you want to make them stronger, this method here will show you how you can get 500 billion or more, but the thing is you will have to leave your console on long to let it over. You're going to have to leave your console on if you want to do this method because there is no way. But you can do it if you want to leave it in spurts for an hour or so. You can get up to, from this doing this method, is every 5 seconds, you can get up between 100 to 190 million extract, or within 1 hour, around 50 billion extract onto your characters to do this with. And you can do this on basically any stage, basically, but if you want to do with the money one, just do it on Marshall, the one I was doing it on at 20 stars. You can do this at. So this is what is really cool about this, that I can show you that will just boost all your characters up, because I've boosted my main parties, all of them, all of their stats will have the 500 billion already, because I did all of them, and it took a while to do, but it took a little bit. So let me show you the kids. So the little bit difference for this is, for farming, is you're going to have a lot of things set up. Setup number one, you're going to have to set up the demonic intelligence for this. For what I'm using for my main character that does the main killing, is this is what I'm doing. You can barely see it, but you can see it over here. It says wait until other units have acted, and then I have use full strike, because full strike is a move that just hits everything. I have it to where it just hits everything and just waits, and boom, it does it. So that's what you've been seeing, why all my characters come out on the stage, and then there. So once you have that there, I set up demonic intelligence for everyone for this one is you have it set to enemy forces, then you'll have it set to move to target, and then use defend. I'm just using it to defend. That's it. You can use it to attack the guys, but there's really no point. I'm gonna just have them defend, and I have this copied for all 10 characters. When I started this method, I started with one character of making the stat farming method there is. So once you have your DI set up to the way your demonic intelligence set up for this, because this is going to set up for this and there. Once you have that set up, the Evilties is what you want on your character. So on everyone else, I just put this on here to see if it works or not, but it's on here. So I put on fetters because it wants you want more for the Infernal Corrosion, because this is the Evilty that you get. The Evilty Infernal Corrosion, the only way to get it is you have to complete the demerits for everyone. You have to get a 100% on demerits to get this Evilty, which to get the Evilty. But once you have it, you can go to the skill shop and then you can duplicate it as many times as you want or make copies and then give it to everybody. So once you get it once, you don't have to worry about the demerits anymore. And once you have that, I noticed that some people are having trouble, because I've read comments from other videos and stuff like that, is how to do the not take 1,000. The take is easy to do. Raise any stat is easy to do. The longer ones that usually take is killing 10,000 people or 100,000. You need to kill 100,000. The fastest method you can do this on is going through the item world. If not the item world, just set it up to where you just farm one stage that has at least 40 dudes on there, and then just let it do that stage over and over and over again until you get enough. So for that, so if anybody has any questions on that, there you can ask me any questions. They're going to be in the comments. Just ask me and I'll be able to help you out. Once you have the specific Evilties, so the Evilties that I have on just the random of the characters that I will have killed is just have fetters. Fetters, you can use these other ones, but I don't think it affects anything because I've tried it already today and did some other tests. It doesn't really affect how much money growth, but stat growth, you need fetters to have equipped to everyone. This is the Evilty you need on everybody because it increases the stats of the character by 100%. The other Evilties that increase your character's stats won't even matter because this is what you're doing for this alone. You can use Almighty Wallet also because it increases by 1% per digit hell you own, so which is nice. So if you keep increasing your money, you might get there a little bit higher or sooner. Then for the main killer, I am using a robot. The War Lady class, Robot Lady class that has the full strike ability. And I already showed you the demonic intelligence that I'm using for all of these characters on here. So when I started with just Myzador, and then I started increase more people because I wanted to get their stats higher. So once you start getting that, you need to get certain things unlocked so you can make your stats higher to mines where I have 3 trillion stats, 2 or 3, between 1 and 3 trillion in stats, so you can get it because the corrosion says it's times 0.0001%. So with that in mind, you have to figure out what you got to do to make your stats higher. The more higher it is, the more you'll get. So since all my characters are between 1 and 3 trillion in stats, I will get around 100 to 150 million in extract every time I do this, which is really nice. And then you can use that to boost your character stats. So let me show you what I have on the main person that I use to attack with the Evilties. I have Bushido on, increased damage attacking. You can switch this out to whatever you want, really. It doesn't really matter. Seal of Betrayal. This one is what you need to death blow all your characters in one shot. It will do the maximum amount, and this is how you're going to get your HP SP value to max, because this is hundreds, thousand, million, billion, trillion, quadrillion, quintillion. You're in eight. I have 88 quintillion HP at times 0.001% of that. Yeah, you're going to get a lot for just those two alone, so which is really high. I have Hawkeye because she's going to have to stand away 3 feet away. That will give her, or 3 squares away, and it will give a 100% accuracy to attack. I still have the Board Freaks equipped and the Board Killer equipped, so you can actually read what it does. I do have Damage Reward on. I do have SR Volunteer, and I have Infinite Reincarnation because you don't want her to have fetters on, because she's going to be the one that's doing the main killing, while your other 9 characters are being killed left and right every time while you're doing this. Then you have to have Infernal Corrosion on so you can get those extract equal to the 1%. And then I have World is Mine on, and then I have What's Yours is Mine. So this is the Evilties setup that I have that does money and the Infernal Corrosion at a perfect percent. So you can see what Evilties I have on. So you can see I got fetters there, and then I have this on everybody. So if you want your stats to be even higher, you can do the Elite Four. I'm trying to point, but the thing when the software I'm using can't show it, but I can show it on the squad. Is the Overlord Guard. Once you get your characters maxed in stats of reincarnating them, getting karma points and everything, you put them in the Overlord's Guard, then it will raise their stats up to 1 trillion if you have the 1 trillion unlocked. So you would need to go to the Dark Assembly and then pick a character. So let me show you what I mean. So you gotta have unlock ability, and you gotta have these. So stat limit breaks, add a digit to the end of stat limit. Then you gotta have it where you can get to level 99 million. And then you gotta have the Carnage set to 500. Then I have it set to 2,000. Once you have it there, and you get these to 2,000, all of them to 2,000, your stats will be in the trillions, 1 or 2 trillion. Mizador is higher because it is special evilty that he has. And then once you have those unlocked, because this is expensive. I'm telling you this now. This is expensive. 500 billion just to get this, and then it costs another 500 billion to get that, and 100 billion to get that. So this is going to take tons and tons of time of reincarnating just to get those, just to let you know now. Once you have all that taken care of, and they're at 2,000 for everybody, so let me show you that special evilty, what I'm talking about for Mizador real fast. So on Mizador, the reason is he has Millionaire Monarch, increases stats by 5% of how much money you have, which is actually really cool. And then if you equip fetters on it, it also increases again. So the more money you get, the more stats his stuff's going to be. So you can see his is the highest out of all of the characters that I have, is at 3 trillion, between 1 and 3 trillion. So almost 4. He's almost at 4 trillion. But I have to raise it past 2,000, which costs 5 million karma for 1 point. So if I want to go any higher, it's going to take a while. So you can get 124 million at max. So that's a whole nother video on itself, is for the karma stuff. Once you did all of that, and you got your character to max level in the Elite Four. I've done mostly all the characters in Elite Four, except for one. You can see that I didn't do the one. Once you do, and it's all set up, then all you got to do is go back to the stage. You can go to the stage that I was doing it on, Final Trial, and then let me show you what I mean. Remember, this is also, and it doesn't matter on star levels for farming extracts, does not matter because you're killing your own people. Since you're killing your own people, it doesn't really matter. So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to go to settings, not settings, save menu. We're going to go to load. We're going to load up my other save file. So we're going to go to the juice bar. So we're going to have a drink where, so you can see, if you look at the intelligence extract, that's how much I got within 1 hour of doing this method. So I got 58 billion within 1 hour. So let me show you real quick on, and show you. I'm going to go through really fast. This is why I have multiple saves, so I can do this stuff like this and just test this out. Attack and speed. Okay, so you can see that I gave all my extracts away. I have 0 for this. So we're going to see how much I get for doing this once. Gotta make sure. Everything is looking dandy. Everything is on setup. Everything is ready to go. They have this on. Yep, everything's ready. So let me show you. We're at 0 extract right now, and we're going to just do this final trial again, and we're going to see how fast we do this on. This is at, I think it's at 20 stars still. Yeah, this is at 20 stars. Yeah, this is at 20 stars. You can tell because I didn't kill it right away. I didn't kill it in the first hit. But you saw how fast that fight was. Done. We got 4 trillion, and then we got 4 trillion, and for the extracts, we got 225 million extract for attack, 208 million for defense, 201 million for intelligence, 204 million for resistant. I'm saying it wrong. Hit 207 million, and speed 231 million. I think it's resistance, but that's what that's how much I got for doing it within 5 seconds. And if we did this for an hour, you'll end up with around 50 billion within just 1 hour. So if you're trying to do 2 hours, that's 100 million, 100 billion, not 100 million, but 100 billion in 2 hours of just doing that. And you're going to also end up with 2 quadrillion of money in your hell inventory also. So, which is actually really cool. So, if you have any questions on any of this, please ask me questions so I can answer whatever question you have, because I will respond. I will reply. I do reply to every single comment on my videos. So if you have any question on any of this, just hit me up. and I can help you out on trying to make this a little bit easier to explain on how to get the money and how to get your character stuff. You can do this. You cannot do the extract farm at a lower level. You cannot do it. I'm going to tell you this now. If your character is 9,999, you'll get 0 extracts for this. You can't do it at this level. You will get nothing. I've tried. I've tried at a super low level for this. You'll get nothing. 0 nada. Oh, let me show you what I mean. We're gonna do it real fast, and then this is the last part of this video. Yeah, I'm gonna show you right now what I mean. Okay, so now we're gonna go here. We're at 0. Okay, we're at completely 0. 0. We're gonna go to the lowest level that we can go to. We're gonna go to stage 1. The very first stage, okay? We're going to go to stage 1, and you can switch between if you hit the right, left, and right bumpers, and put it on normal mode. It's on normal mode, and it's in the very beginning, and you're on stage 1. I'm going to bring out one of the characters that is... let's see. We're going to bring out a character that has barely any stats that are in my stats. Slightly Sad. We're going to bring out Slightly Sad. And then we're going to bring out Momoko. And then we're going to just use the special. We're just going to full strike. Alright, we did that. It's done. We're going to see how much we get. Also, the money thing still works on almost every other stage, but you're not going to get as much as that stage that I picked out of the stage that I've been doing. And we click here, and let's see what we got. We still have 0. So you do not do this with a lower end character that barely has any stats. They have to be extremely high level. Well, not high level, but more high end stats if you want extracts to work. So that is my final caveat. If you have any questions, just ask. And I would like to thank you for checking out this video on how to make quadrillion of hell. That'd be 1 quadrillion of hell, and or 200 million in extract, because that's pretty cool. 200 million to 50 billion extract within an hour. If you really want to sit there, I'm not doing all that, but thank you for watching this video. If you like what you see and you want to see more, just hit me up. Thanks, and you guys have a good day, and see you later.